Master, my question is about the mind as well. I've heard the mind described as um, is how it can be our worst enemy, and also how it can also be our best friend. And most of the time, for me, it seems more like an enemy. And I'm wondering, could you describe how the process by which mind becomes more of a friend than an enemy?
By meditation. Process is very simple but very difficult. You see, mystics tell us mind is iron, and this Naam is philosopher's stone. Mind is also within the body, philosopher's stone is also within the body. Unless the philosopher's stone is in touch with the iron, it doesn't become gold. Same iron converts into gold when it is brought in touch with the philosopher's stone. You follow my point? So mind is the iron, Naam is a philosopher's stone. So with the grace of the Lord, by our Master's help, when we are able to bring the iron in touch with the philosopher's stone within, it becomes gold. The mind which was our enemy, it becomes our friend. Which was pulling us outward, downward, it starts pulling us upward, inward, towards our destination. So we have been able to win its friendship from its enmity. That's the only process. So by Simran and Dhyan, we have to withdraw our consciousness to the eye center and try to bring it in touch with the Shabad and Naam within. That will be only process.
Thank you, Master.
Master, I have a question for you. If one is ill or injured and in great pain, is it a necessity to meditate for 2.5 hours at all cost?
No. How can you? We must take a practical view of these things. You are traveling, how can you give 2.5 an hour? I mean, this is generally what we want to do. What should be daily routine of our life? But naturally, you can't be so rigid about it.
Thank you, Master.
We shouldn't extend things to the extent that it becomes meaningless.
Thank you.
Master, we're told to meditate and to do our Simran. And my question is, why is the mind so good at doing its job of keeping me out of the eye center? And when will the mind realize that it's engaged in a useless battle and start cooperating?
Well, sister, mind is a very faithful servant of its own master. So you should also be faithful servant of your own master.
Okay, thank you.
Master, I'd like to just comment on what the sister just asked you about. I mean, this is really a fight between the mind and the soul. It seems to be quite a difficult fight. I was just initiated 2 weeks ago, and I'm becoming very aware of just how difficult it is to meditate. I'm very nervous. I have one question concerning therapy and psychoanalysis. In the West, many of us have undergone therapy and psychoanalysis for help. I had many emotional problems And so I seek therapy, and it helped me greatly. Now, I've read that Nam is the cure for all ills. And I'm wondering if I could continue with some therapy, which I think would facilitate my success in meditation. Because it seems to be there are certain things I have which seem to be a great block for me.
Brother, the thing which is mentioned that Nam is a cure for all ills, don't think the bodily ills. If you are not here in this creation, your all problems are solved. So Nam is the remedy for all ills. When you are here, illness is there, problems are there, anxieties are there. When you are not here, everything is gone wrong with you.
Right.
So Nam is something which takes you away from this world and makes you one with the Lord. From that point of view, it's the remedy for all ills. Not that it's going to cure you of your all diseases. You have to go through your own destiny.
So if it was in my destiny to seek help for certain emotional problems, then
If it is your destiny, you will definitely have to go through it.
right. And until I come in contact with Nam, I still would need to go through these things that I'm going through.
Even after you have come in contact with Nam, you may have to go through all these remedies.
Mm-hmm.
Because these remedies are for your body. These remedies are not for your soul.
So the mind is part of the body.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mind is playing in the body.
Pardon me, mind is what?
Playing with the body.
Playing with the body.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
You see, many of our diseases concerns also the mind. Mental depression. Many diseases automatically go when our mind is cured. Blood pressure, diabetic. So many other things which concerns the mind. Worrying nature, nervous natures, so-called depressions.
Well, these are things that bother me greatly, and it causes me a lot of anger because I want to overcome them, and I want to fight against them, and achieve success. So I'm willing to do any practical, healthy things which will enable me to have success.
Well, consult your doctor also.
Okay.
That's
Thank
the
you.
main thing.
Swami. Master, my question is about God's play. You said that this was all God's play that we're in, and my question is about the nature of this play. I was wondering if it was like theatre, like a Shakespeare play, or if this play was like a law court with strict protocol.
Or it's like a law court,
Yes, with strict protocol.
strict practical,
Protocol.
strict protocol.
Yes.
That is also a play.
I was just wondering about the play.
Law court is not a play.
It's not a play,
Law court is no play.
but if it's part of the creation, it's
A part of the creation is okay. But nobody call law court a play. Theatrical, that of course theatre is a play.
right.
But court scenes are never known as play.
Okay, but where are there many scripts, or is there one script?
Hmm?
Are there many scripts?
In theatre, sometimes there are law courts.
Yeah.
That can be part of the play. It's a part of theatre. In theatre, in cinemas, you see there are many law scenes, court scenes.
Yes, yes.
They become the part of the play.
Right. And is it one story, or is it many different stories?
What do you mean one stories?
I was wondering whether from down here it looks to us as though It's something very large and something that we're
It's a
involved
very
in.
big play.
Ah,
Imagine the creation.
yes,
Imagine the actor and actresses.
yes.
So naturally, it's a very big play beyond our imagination.
But we all come together and we love and we die, and we go through these things common to all humanity.
Whether we come together or not, whether we remain separated from each other, but it's a very big play.
Huh.
Huge play.
Okay. Well,
The director is only one.
yes, that's true. I'll think of some more questions. Thank you.
Maharaji, how can I prevent from being deceived by my own mind?
Ask your conscience. Our conscience always warns us that we are being deceived by our own mind. And conscience also is the higher mind. Conscience also is a part of the mind.
Well, what if I've thought in a way that's inappropriate, so I want to have the behavior and the thinking to be corrected.
Then
I don't understand how conscience can tell me what I want to know.
conscience always warns us, whether we listen to it or not. Someone from within always tells us whether what are we doing is right or wrong, whether we care about it or not.
So if I
But we are so much slave of the mind that it's meaningless. We never listens to anybody. Even we never learn even from our past experiences. Nobody learns from even past experiences. We commit the same mistakes again and again, knowing fully well that it is a mistake, what we are going to do. Mind is so powerful. The only way, as the other just I discussed, to make that iron gold, to make this mind friend, to bring in touch with the Shabd and Naam and make it noble, purer. And let the soul dominate the mind, not let mind dominate the soul. We have to reverse the whole process. Now senses are controlling the mind. Mind is controlling the soul. And by meditation, we want the soul should control the mind, and mind should control the senses. This whole process has to be reversed.
So in order to not be deceived by the mind, I just need to follow my conscience.
Conscience to some extent always tells us right. But sometimes conscience becomes dead. Because we become so hardened by the mind, by not listening to the conscience, that it becomes dead.
So if I listen to my conscience, then whatever my conclusion is correct?
So attend to your meditation. This mind will become nobler and higher and better. That's the only way.
Thank you.
Master, I have a question about the Shabbat. It's talked about that Shabbat manifests as light and sound, and it's the same thing. But in this world, sounds also have vibrations that you can feel. Is it possible to feel the Shabbat as a vibration in the body?
Vibrational what sense?
Like, so you can feel a sort of tingling or...
Shabad has sound, so tingling is there.
So it could be another way of, if one feels it's a meditation, should you concentrate on the feeling, that tingling?
No, you have to be in touch with the sound. A sound has many type of sound we hear. Tingling is one of them in the beginning stages.
I don't mean something you hear with the ears, but I mean
Then what?
shaking,
No,
like a mild shaking.
no. Shaking is not a part of Shabbat. You see, some people feel shaky or have shaking sensations even at the time of meditation, because sometimes we try to concentrate at the eye center. Tendency of this mind or soul becomes upward. It wants to go upward. But mind is so much attached to the senses. Shabbat is trying to pull us upward. Mind is so much attached to the senses. So we started shaking. Many times it happens. So you better lean against some hard substance or sit on some comfortable chair or leave it for a couple of minutes and then again sit in meditation.
And even if the shaking doesn't make your body shake, it just feels like you're still, but you feel like a sensation that...
No, there should be no sensation in the body.
Right, okay. Thank you, Master. Thank you.
Maharaji, in spite of what you have told us, a number of us are still concerned with spiritual progress. And my questions are, first of all, should we pursue the path with the idea of making progress, expecting progress? Secondly, I'd like to know what spiritual progress is. And thirdly, I'd like to know if the soul makes progress on the inner planes without our knowledge and consciousness.
Well, brother, we should feel concerned about the spiritual progress. Why not? When we are sitting in meditation, definitely we like to make spiritual progress and we should feel about the spiritual progress. And when we sit in meditation, we do make spiritual progress. When we are trying to withdraw our consciousness slowly and slowly upwards towards the eye center, that is making it a spiritual progress. You see, when a child takes birth, it doesn't start running the next day. It has to pass through so many phases before he can stand and start running. So similarly, before coming to be in touch with that Shabbat and making that spiritual progress within, which is visible to us like the open sky, we have to pass through so many phases. And all those passing through those phases is also spiritual progress.
Can and does that happen without our knowledge or consciousness, our awareness of it?
We may not see it, but we are always aware and conscious of what is happening. We may not see spiritual progress within much, but we are always conscious and aware of that spiritual progress within. Because there is certain type of solace, comfort, peace, happiness, fragrance we do experience within ourselves, which we can't describe, but we do relish and enjoy.
Another question I'd like to ask you along that line, does spiritual progress have anything to do with what one sees or hears on the inside?
Anything to do with that?
Yeah, is it related to that at all?
I'm not following your question.
Does the fact that one sees or hears something on the inside indicate that he is making spiritual progress?
Certainly. Certainly.
Yeah. Thank you.
I am not so clear about when to sit for bhajan. We are told to sit for Simran 2/3 of the time and 1/3 for bhajan. But if you are not able to concentrate the mind, is it not a waste of time to sit for bhajan until you can?
Sister, it is no waste of time at all. We have to create habit of sitting in meditation also.
Yes.
Sitting in bhajan posture
Yes,
also.
I see. So, I just wanted to make clear.
You can give more time to Simran, less time to Shabad. But you should give definitely some time to Shabad so that you may get into the habit of hearing the Shabad.
Oh, I understand now. Thank you very much for your advice.
Hi, Master. I just spent 2 days in my hotel room sick, and I just want to thank you for the extra bed rest. I guess I must have needed it. I came late today. I had to take a taxi to get here by 4 o'clock. I just made it in time, but a couple of times during the last few days, when I had the fever and I was sick to my stomach, I got angry for coming halfway around the world to get here, and then I was sick. And in the end, my sense of humor came back, and now I feel pretty graceful about it. So I guess all is well that ends well.
I'm glad you are taking in that spirit.
Yeah. I just want to see you up close, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Master, I understand before creation, we were all a part of the Creator. And my question is, at what point did we break away, and why, if we were all equal, are some pieces building different karma than other pieces? Or why would we not have all the same karma?
Well, sister, how can we have the same type of karmas? When you see this building, all bricks can't be put in the foundation. Some bricks have to come to in the wall, some bricks have to be in the ceiling, some at the top. Then only this whole building can be constructed. So if this creation is to continue, there are so many parts to be played by people. So they have to be fitted in their own parts. Then only this creation can continue.
Thank you, Master.
I'm confused. You say that everything in the world is illusion. Shabad is real, Nam is real. Okay? So I'm not real.
Who says you're not real?
I thought I read in the books that we were all illusion. You'd say we are puppets.
A puppet is different thing, illusion is something different. Puppet and illusion is not the same thing.
In essence, we're Shabad.
Potentially, every one of us is God, not a question of illusion.
Okay.
Every soul potentially is a God.
So I'm Shabad walking around pretending that I'm Linda.
Yes.
And you're... Okay. And you're Shabad pretending that you're Charan Singh.
Give any interpretation.
Well, what I don't understand, sir, is it's so easy for us to be pulled to come see you in the physical, you know? But it's so hard for me to feel that pull to see you inside. And it's inside which is real. Isn't that so?
Yes. Really, in a sense that is a permanent thing, which can always stay with us.
So what is this game that I come to India and we go to Dara and what we really want to do is go inside?
You know best. Why did you come? That is for you to decide. Why did you come?
To see you.
Then, why are you asking me all this question?
Thank you.